So we are back with the informative training videos. First session back with Olly today, and we thought, why not go in balls deep with legs. We're basically going to break down the whole session. They're going to be a little bit different to the leg sessions that I was doing in the previous videos, well, just because my program's changed a little bit. We're a hell of a lot deeper into a productive off-season now, so volume will be tapered ever so slightly as well. Because we're in a new gym with a hell of a lot of new equipment, we have access to a lot more movements, so there's going to be a few new movements in here as well. So yeah, I'm just going to break it down, let you guys know how one of my leg sessions is going at the minute. I have 2 rotations. This is legs B, so this is my second leg session rotation. Starting off with a hack squat, so we're going to go in first with a hack squat. First set is 8 to 10 reps, second set is 10 to 12, and again, logbook has been like my absolute guide when it comes to this off-season so far, so it's literally going to be a case of seeing what we've got in the logbook and making sure we beat it.
You know what time it is. Marvin Devine, Huber, Axel. And you know how we do.
It's moving alright.
Yeah?
Yeah, 5.5 last week for 10. So, probably touch 5 now, see how that feels. And I'll see what the jump is. Normally, 10 kilos is a bit of a big jump. But I've been wanting to move 6 plates on this for a long time now. So, rep range is 8 to 10. Even if I've got 6 reps, 6 plates, I'll be happy, so I might try it today. Yeah, well, 6.
Yeah, I got the juice, yeah, I got the juice. Big game cool, make them look like cool. Always play it cool, that's the biggest rule. Forget what they doing, keep on moving.
This bit, unracking the plates. So normally I'd have done this seated hammy first. At the minute, I think it's just because of the amount of food I'm on and how heavy I've got, like 262 pounds now, so that's heavy. Even machines like this, I kind of blow my lower back up a little bit, so I don't like to go from this with then my lower back nice and tight into the hack squat, because I feel like it's taken away from that. So I'd rather rinse the hack squat first, then move into this. It's the same movements in the session, it's just sort of switching them up based on where my recovery lies at that time, and because I'm a little bit heavier and food's a lot higher at the minute. It's not even tightness in my lower back, it's like a pump. I get like a horrific pump. If I lie down for like 10 minutes, I can get rid of it. But I don't really want to be lying down for 10 minutes in between my hack squat sets. So I'd rather get them out of the way first, then move into this kind of stuff.
I've been making loot since like 22. Ask me how I made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued cause of what I pursue. That's greatness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, wanna get in my crew, but you can't get in my crew. Me, Axel, and Huber way too fireball. When this joint drop, better call the troops. And when you hear the drop, better raise the roof. Better raise the roof.
So on this, we're shooting for 2 sets of 10 to 15, and then on the last set, I do a drop set, shoot for 10 reps. I log the drop set, but it's not something that I'm looking to like overly progress, just because I want the drop set reps to be full range of motion, full muscle contraction has just put me through pain. Do you know what I mean? I've done 2 progressive sets. So the back off the drop set is literally there just for added stimulus, just to put yourself through it, see how far you can take it. So single leg press up next. I have got normal leg press on this session as well, but because I've got leg press in the other session as well, which is like in a lower rep range and it comes a little bit sooner, the leg press in this session is set back a bit further and it's in a much higher rep range, so it sets to like a set of 15 and a set of 20, which is like cardio to me. I hate that. I hate those 2 sets, but they need to be done, so that's a little bit later on. But for now, we've got a single leg press, 2 sets of 10 to 15, and what I like to do with this is kind of like lean into it a little bit, to the point where I'm getting a little bit more glute recruitment than I am, you know, quad or hamstring or anything like that. I like to make sure that I know I'm using my glutes in this one, because in the leg press that you'll see in a little bit, I go for a little bit more of a quad emphasis on that, so I like to just differentiate between the 2. Is it going to make a massive difference? No, probably not. I could just do it at the normal stance, but the main thing is that I'm consistent with the stance that I use, so I don't change my foot placement every week. I use one stance, one foot placement, and I know that then my numbers using that movement in that way, and obviously when I run them up, it's progressive overload, it's progression on that movement, and we're still going to see progress.
Always play it cool, that's the biggest rule. Forget what they doing, keep on doing so.
That is 10 kilos a side up to half a plate, so same reps, half a plate up. Again, like I said in the last video, from an anabolic perspective, I'm cruising now, so I know they don't mean everything, you know, anabolics don't mean everything, but there's not going to be a drop in training performance, but it's going to be more of a struggle to get stronger and stay strong. So the fact that, and the hope that I can continue to see progress like this, will just mean that I managed to maximise the last 7 weeks of the off-season before prep, and then when we reintroduce, we go into prep. The initial stages of prep will be massively focused on continuing to get strong, 100% to stay strong, if not to continue getting stronger, because the notion of doing that and having that fight to keep moving that weight is going to keep the muscle that you've built in the off-season. So if you're one of them people that completely switches their training program up and the way they train, moving into prep, going less intense, high reps, low weight, blah blah, that kind of thing, you're just asking to lose the tissue. You need to keep things as similar as possible from a training perspective to continue seeing the response from your body that you were. So moving into this leg press now, what I've done is I put a plate down on the seat. So what I'm going to do is sit on that plate, and what it's doing is just elevating me a little bit. So as you can see in a minute, when I'm sat on that plate, I'm going to get a much better positioning for my feet to be lower, just because of the way that, it's not that the machine's working at all, it's just that because I do it one way on one session, I kind of wanted to differentiate between the 2 leg presses for each session. And because I'm using the same leg press, the exact same machine in both sessions, I just wanted it to be a little bit different. So it initially started with my lower back was that sore and tight one day that I put that there to try and alleviate a little bit of stress, and it felt ridiculously good. So since then, I've kept this in and just sort of ran this up from a progression point of view, and now it's a staple. I get a really, really good contraction in my quads, good knee flexion. My ankle mobility is poor anyway, so this allows me to just get a little bit more out of that as well. So yeah, that's how I'll go about this one.
Be the muse to my passion. We can make love like an act of God. I just match my words to my actions. Magic in my life's everlasting. I say I could have the world, don't be what let it go. But something about your style makes me wanna man up. You should fill up cups, catch a flick and do some stuff. I used to understand.
So that's 20 kilos up again, so 10 kilos outside. I say this like I don't progress my lifts every session, but the reason why it's just so blasé for me is because I would never come in and not progress a lift. So adding this much weight every time, this deep in my off season, this is a relatively new movement as well. I'm like 3 or 4 rotations in with it, in this manner with the seat like that. So I'm getting some quite good jumps on this. But yeah, 20 kilos up, 15 reps, blowing out my arse because I don't do high rep stuff anymore. But it's necessary and it's working. So we'll back off now with 11 plates, which was last week's top set, and we'll just see how close to 20 reps we can get. It's probably going to take a while, this set, but last big set of the day really. Well, again, I don't like differentiating, but last multi-muscle group movement set of the day.
Please give me a sign if you wanna come. Give me a sign, I don't wanna front, I just wanna see you. Just give me a sign if you wanna come. Why you presenting games I don't wanna play? I've been on my grind.
So moved into some dumbbell split squats now. It's normally lunges, reverse lunges. But that's sounds stupid, that's a lot of moving. So I like to be planted. I feel like I get a little bit more out of it instead of just sort of swinging and bouncing everywhere. So when I'm actually planted in position, I can focus what needs to be focused on where it needs to be focused. That's why I put a split squat in instead. Again, is it going to matter which one you do? No. When one has ran its course with progression, put the other one in, but the main thing is be consistent with the one that you are using.
Please give me a sign if you wanna come. Please give me a sign, I don't wanna front, I just wanna see you. Please give me a sign if you wanna come. I just wanna see you. Please give me a sign.
So moving now into quad extensions. We've got one set on this, what is a triple drop set, so we get the stimulus of like 2 or 3 sets just back to back. So I log and progress the first set, and then each drop just comes with added intensity, added intensity, added intensity. Done a lot of the work today in terms of beating the logbook already, so now it's more focused on a lot of work, a lot of blood moving into the muscle, and just seeing where we can take it. It's like, how much can you hurt yourself now by this point?
Instincts going no, looking bad like a bat with an eye patch. All black through the woods with a backpack and a lit match. Spark one time, get the whole city looking like a dark shade of orange when I burn it down. What it is, what it do, whole clique getting live on the talk of the town. Like my city had a mouth and it wouldn't shut up. On a hunt for a crown, when I get it, I'ma burn it, cause nobody in the game right now even deserve it. What I need a crown for anyway? I should have a halo the way that I made a penny turn to gold. And a penny for your thoughts, I bet a penny for your soul. You know you want the riches and the money and the fame, so take a bite of the fruit.
So on this now, standing calf raise, we do a muscle round, which is 6 sets of 4. But I do a set of 20 reps first. Reason being is just because I can handle quite a lot of volume when it comes to calves. And one muscle round, as much as I get a good level of intensity out of it, because it's an intensity sort of measure, the muscle round itself, I feel like I can do a working set first that I can progress each week in the logbook, and then the muscle round after that is kind of the how far can you go, how far can you take it, and the intensity mechanism that we use there. So set of 20 first, then into a set of 6, well, a set of 4 by 6, and then we're done for legs.
I've been making loot since like 22. Ask me how I made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued cause of what I pursue. That's greatness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, just wanna get in my crew, boy, you can't get in my crew. Me, XL and Huber, way too.
So that's the set which I look to progress in the logbook. So 10 kilos up on that this week. And then now the back off is the muscle round, 6 sets of 4. I'll put a little bit more weight on, but the main thing is chasing the stimulus, chasing that intensity, just getting the work done. whole leg session done. I'm not too sure how many sets. It's not many sets, that is it. It's like maybe 14 working sets, not including the drop sets and stuff. So I mean, it's a short session when you look at it on paper, but if you're taking the sets there and actually doing what you're supposed to be doing, we've been in here, what, like 2 hours now.
We're talking then?
Yeah, we've been talking a bit, but been catching up, but yeah, I've been fucked for the majority of it, so it just goes to show you that when your intensity is there and you're actually doing what the set demands of you, there isn't any need for 4 sets of this and 4 sets of that, and you know, a 30 to 40 set session, there's no need for that. If you do what you're supposed to be doing in the sets, take them to where they're supposed to be taken to, and then just manage your recovery based off that, I guarantee you'll end up sitting in the sort of 13 to 20 working sets, depending on which muscle group it is, but that's around about the amount of working sets I'd say the majority of people, if they took every set to failure, would need to get very, very decent progress.